Right now, millions of Americans are losing Social Security money every single year, and most of them have no idea. Some retirees lose $50,000 or more over their lifetime simply because they never learned certain rules. I'm not talking about losing a few dollars here and there inside the system. Some people lose thousands of dollars over time, and some people lose tens of thousands of dollars across their retirement years. And the worst part is this. They paid into the Social Security system their entire working life, but still never claim benefits they legally qualify for. And there is a good chance at least one of these rules could affect you or someone in your family. Today, I'm going to walk you through several Social Security rules that quietly cost many people serious money. Some of these mistakes happen because people misunderstand how the rules actually work. Others happen simply because many people never realize these benefits even exist. And once you understand these rules, you will start seeing why so many people leave money on the table. So let's begin with one rule that surprises almost everyone. A huge number of people believe divorced individuals cannot claim Social Security from an ex unless that ex already started collecting benefits. That assumption sounds logical at first glance because most people think benefits depend entirely on when their former spouse files. But in reality, that belief is incorrect and causes many retirees to miss money they were legally eligible to claim. If you are married at least 10 years, currently divorced, and both of you are 62, eligibility may exist. You may qualify for what the Social Security Administration calls divorced spouse benefits based on your former partner's record. Here is the detail many people misunderstand, and the reason thousands unknowingly leave retirement money unclaimed every year. Your former spouse does not need to be receiving Social Security benefits yet for you to qualify. You can still become eligible and receive benefits independently based on their earnings history. This rule is officially called independently entitled divorced spouse benefits within the Social Security system. In simple terms, your eligibility does not depend on whether your former spouse has filed for benefits, because many people assume they must wait until their ex files first. They delay claiming for several years. Those delays often result in retirees unknowingly losing thousands of dollars in Social Security income they were entitled to receive. And this situation is only the first example of how retirement benefits are frequently misunderstood. There are several other situations where Americans accidentally leave legitimate Social Security income unclaimed every single year. Now consider survivor benefits. When a spouse dies, the surviving partner may qualify for Social Security survivor benefits beginning at age 60. But this is where the situation becomes confusing for many retirees trying to make the most informed financial decision. Some individuals begin collecting survivor benefits early and then assume that choice permanently locks them into that benefit forever. However, that assumption is not always correct within the Social Security system. There is actually a strategy available that many retirees never realize exists. A surviving spouse can start with survivor benefits while allowing their own retirement benefit to continue growing over time. Your personal retirement benefit increases each year you delay claiming it, continuing to grow until age 70. This growth happens because of something called delayed retirement credits inside the Social Security benefit formula. As time passes, your own retirement benefit may eventually grow larger than the survivor benefit. When that happens, switching benefits could increase your monthly retirement income. In some situations, that difference can add up to thousands of additional dollars received during retirement years. But there is an important detail and many people never realize during this process. Social Security will not automatically switch you to the higher benefit. You must actively contact the agency and file the request yourself. Many retirees never learned that this specific step exists in the process. So they remain on the lower benefit for years, despite qualifying for a higher monthly payment. This is another example of how small misunderstandings inside Social Security rules can quietly cost retirees thousands of dollars. Another area people misunderstand involves something called the Social Security earnings test, which affects those claiming benefits before full retirement age. If you start collecting Social Security before reaching full retirement age, there is a limit to how much income you can earn. When your earnings exceed that yearly threshold, part of your Social Security benefit may be temporarily withheld by the system. Because of this rule, many workers assume they cannot claim Social Security benefits at all while continuing employment. But that assumption is not always accurate under Social Security regulations. During the first year you begin receiving benefits, Social Security may apply a different rule called the monthly earnings test. This means even if you earn too much earlier that year, you might still qualify later when earnings drop. If your monthly income falls below the required threshold, benefits may become available for those specific months. Many retirees never hear about this monthly earnings rule while planning their Social Security decisions. Because of that misunderstanding, they delay claiming benefits for months, sometimes even postponing the decision an entire year. And in some situations, that misunderstanding quietly costs retirees thousands of dollars in Social Security income they could have received. Here is another strategy that many Americans approaching retirement rarely hear discussed when planning their Social Security benefits. Someone nearing retirement age while facing serious health problems may qualify for Social Security disability benefits instead of early retirement. However, disability claims often take time to process, and approval may require many months of administrative review. During that waiting period, many applicants experience reduced income or sometimes no income at all. What many people do not realize is that Social Security allows certain applicants to file retirement and disability simultaneously. You will not receive both benefits at the same time. However, filing both applications can protect income during delays. If the disability claim is later approved, the payment may increase because disability benefits are calculated differently. Disability payments are often higher than early retirement benefits because they are based on a different eligibility formula. This approach can provide temporary income support while the disability application continues moving through the review process. For many applicants, that financial bridge becomes extremely important during a difficult and uncertain period of life. Another transition inside the Social Security system is widely misunderstood by many people receiving disability benefits as retirement approaches. When someone receives Social Security disability benefits, those payments eventually convert to standard retirement benefits at full retirement age. Some people mistakenly assume this transition means their Social Security payments will suddenly stop once retirement age arrives. But that is not what actually happens inside the Social Security program. When disability benefits convert to retirement benefits, the payment amount generally remains exactly the same for most recipients. The primary difference is that the person is no longer officially classified as disabled under Social Security rules. This change also removes the work restrictions that normally apply to individuals receiving Social Security disability benefits. After reaching full retirement age, individuals can earn income without worrying about disability-related earnings limits. Instead of losing benefits, most recipients simply transition from one Social Security benefit category to another. Understanding that transition helps remove unnecessary fear about what happens when disability benefits reach retirement age. So why do so many people miss these Social Security opportunities that could increase retirement income significantly over
This
time?
section here confirms
One
the
explanation
withdrawal
is
strategy.
simple.
All right.
The Social Security system itself is
much better about this
extremely
now.
complex for most people to fully understand. There are thousands of pages of regulations governing retirement benefits, disability benefits, survivor benefits, and additional family benefits. Another reason is that most individuals interact with the Social Security system only a few times during life. They might apply for retirement benefits once or file after the death of a spouse. If someone misunderstands the rules during that moment, they may never realize alternative claiming strategies existed. That is why learning even a few Social Security strategies can make a meaningful financial difference. Once people understand the basic rules, they can ask better questions and uncover benefits they never realized existed. The goal is not to game the Social Security system, but to ensure people receive benefits earned through decades of work. Social Security remains one of the most important financial safety nets for retirees, survivors, and individuals living with disabilities. However, the system functions best only when people clearly understand how its rules and filing strategies actually work. Even a small misunderstanding about eligibility, claiming timing, or benefit categories can quietly cost thousands over time. That is why these Social Security rules matter far more than most people initially realize. The truth is that dozens of Social Security rules exist that most Americans never hear about during retirement planning. Every year, millions of people unknowingly leave money behind, simply because they never learn these rules exist. Whether planning retirement, helping parents, or reviewing personal benefits, understanding these details can make a meaningful financial difference. Sometimes one small piece of information completely changes how and when someone decides to claim their benefits. If this explanation helped you, consider subscribing to the channel for future Social Security guidance. At Gray Divorce Guide, we explain Social Security rules, retirement strategies, and financial mistakes many people discover too late. In upcoming videos, we will explore several questions many retirees ask while planning their benefits. For example, can someone legally collect 2 Social Security checks at the same time? We will also explain the biggest Social Security mistakes many people make after turning 60. Another topic involves divorce-related rules that can increase retirement income for certain individuals. If you want to understand Social Security clearly and avoid mistakes that cost retirees thousands, subscribe and follow. If you have questions about retirement, survivor benefits, disability, or Medicare, leave them below for future videos.